Hey guys, this is going to be another quick Linux command video. Check the link in the description for more info and for copy and paste examples. The Linux stat command will show stats and info for a file or the file system. So let's try this out. Let's say stat test.test1.txt. Let's just stat this file. We can see when this file was created, and we can see the last access, modify, change time, the birth time, stuff like that. See like inodes, blocks, the size of the file. It's a pretty small file, IO blocks, stuff like that, the type it is. So it gives you some stats and stuff about the file. Now let's say if something is a link, right? Now you can say stat link and get some info about the link, and it's going to tell you that it links to this and really small, so on and so forth. Now if you want to dereference that link and just check the stats of the file that it's linked to, you can use a -L and you can check that instead. Now notice the size is a bit different, and yeah, just a lot of the stuff. So instead of saying symbolic link, tells you it's a regular file, tells you it's created at a slightly different time. So the original file was created before the link was. So any case, not too exciting, but if you do want to dereference it, that you could do it that way. So show file system info. So if you use a -F, it's going to show some info about the file system that this file is on. So it is on an ext2/ext3 file system. It's actually ext4, but it's being detected as this, and fundamental block size, inodes, free, available, stuff like that. So just a bunch of stats about the file system that file happens to reside on. Now, if you want to get info on a specific file, but you want it in terse format, you can use a -T. So yeah, that's probably more easily parsable, but harder to read. It doesn't give you all the labels and stuff. So there's that. Now you can also specify a format. Now this is actually pretty useful, especially if you're building tools or scripts. But you could say stat-c, and then you can say you can specify this in basically like the same way you would format strings for like a printf function in like C or whatever. So you can say name, and you can say mod n, and say inode. So most of this string is just going to contain arbitrary labels and stuff, but the modulus n is going to be replaced with the name of the file, right? And so mod n and inode, you can say mod I. This is going to get the mod I will give you the inode type. Modulus f will give you the type. Close that up and say for test1.txt. So you can stat it, and it will basically only give you the info that you requested and in the format you want. So you can basically change this to look like anything you want. You could add any arbitrary string you want there like that, and it's just going to put anything you type in there. But basically within this string, it's going to substitute in values here, right here, here, and here. Now, if you check the link in the description, I have a page covering all these commands that I ran here, and I actually have a big list of all the formatting options for this command. So all of these things you could substitute in there. There's a ton of options, and you can go ahead and pick whichever ones you want for your use case. So check the link in the description for that. That may be useful for you. Now, there's another way we can do this. We can say stat -printf, and this is going to allow us to do something. It's almost the same as using a -c, except you can actually now use escape characters, just like you would in like the printf statement in C. So you could just add like a /n. You can add like a /n right here, and hit enter there. And now let's say we want one at the end of this line too, /n. So /n for new line, right? So each of those is going to be on a new line. Now, let's say we don't want a space here, but we want a tab. You can say /t for tab, /t for tab, hit enter, and notice we've tabbed over the output here. Whoops. Yeah, so we've tabbed the output over here, and I think I moved my terminal off screen there for a sec. Yeah, so yeah, you can basically control the formatting to a great degree with that. So that's kind of useful. And what else? You do file name and block size for faster transfers. So a lot of times you notice when people tell you to use the dd command to create disk images and stuff, they say, hey, use the correct block size for your file system. Well, for optimal speed, you can check this block size with. I have barely ever done this before, but this is a potentially useful thing. So stat-f-c. So the -f will get you your. Well, anyways, let's take a look here. Mod n dash mod s test1.txt. And there we go. It'll give us the file name and the block size on that file system. So the -f is for file system, the -c is for your output formatting, but then you're able to grab this modulus s, and this stands for, and the modulus n, right? So n stands for name and s stands for the block size on your file system. So there you go. That's pretty much the last thing I wanted to cover for the stat command. Probably more than you'll ever need to know. Almost in all cases, if you ever do use this command, you're just going to run stat and then the file name, right? That's only going to be in special cases. This is not a common command I use every day. But in any case, that's about it. Remember, check the links in the description for more info. Hit the subscribe button for more useful content like this. We also have a ton of other more interesting content covering things like coding, hardware, software, servers, Raspberry Pis, 3D printing, and a whole lot more. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.